There, our app too, also a really great place to download and get those. Like you had mentioned, there's so many different ways to make sure redundancies in place, and you have one of them.
Yeah, I think a tried and true way is the NOAA Weather Radio. This one in particular is made for camping. It has where you can charge it with the sun, you can crank charge it, it has a flashlight, and so it is just really handy, and I bought it specifically for camping.
Not too pricey? Or?
And no, I don't know. I've
investment.
had it for a long time, but no, they're not expensive.
Yeah.
They're not cheap, but they're not expensive by any means.
But a good investment.
Yeah, huge investment, and it can save lives, and it is loud when it goes off, and it will tell you which warning it is. I think having sirens, doesn't necessarily say this is a flood warning or a tornado warning, so people could get confused there as well. Right now, here is a look at what a watch means. When you have a watch in place, that really means it's time to be prepared. So that means make sure things are charged. This NOAA Weather Radio, even though you can charge it with the sun and with the crank, it's best to just plug it in. So you've got to make sure that your NOAA Weather Radio is charged or plugged in. You've got to make sure that your phones are charged. Have your backup chargers charged when a watch is issued, because when weather happens, power goes out, and so by the time you get to warning, if you don't have anything charged, then you're not prepared. Severe weather is happening. Flooding is happening or imminent is the definition of a warning in itself, and so that means there's not a lot of time to act. Meteorologists, we want to give you the most time to act, but the warning definition itself means severe weather, flooding, it is happening or imminent, and so it is important to take action as soon as that warning is issued, whether that's moving to higher ground in a flood watch, or with hurricanes, it is a little bit different. So let's talk specifically about one of the biggest impacts here in the coastal bend. A hurricane watch means there's a tropical cyclone that poses a risk within 48 hours. So we have a long time to prepare. It will feel like no time, but that's 2 days of preparations possible. A hurricane warning is issued with 36 hours of preparation. Now that could change as the forecast changes. Your warning may not be 36 hours out, but that's the earliest the National Hurricane Center and your local National Weather Service offices will issue a warning when a tropical cyclone with winds of 74 miles per hour or greater poses a threat. So that is still essentially a watch in its true form, but it's a more intense watch, meaning there's a warning. We expect the hurricane to be here and pose some of those greatest risks. And then as your local meteorologist, we'll break down exactly what all of those risks are in our forecast. Good news is no new tropical activity is expected over the next 7 days, and the National Hurricane Center is done monitoring Chantal. We do have a little bit of convection going on in the Bay of Campeche. This is that piece of energy that I've kind of been talking about. It is expected to travel north. It's not expected to become a storm. The National Hurricane Center isn't even monitoring it, and you see the convection is weakening even as we speak. But that may bring us a little bit more moisture and a little bit more energy. Right now, this area is fighting a lot of Saharan dust, so that's weakening it because the dust is essentially dry air, especially when it's over the water. As the dust moves onshore, we're going to notice the thickness increase tomorrow. Thursday will be our worst Saharan dust day, likely so far this summer. It will be a little unsettled for us in terms of rainfall, so we're still tracking those pop-up showers, really hot and humid without rain, and of course we're tracking the increase in Saharan dust. Right now on our Lex camera, our air quality is at moderate. It's 78 degrees, feels like 81. What I mean by pop-up showers, it's here or there, right? You may see some rain, you may not. It does look like the area from Corpus Christi up through Refugio, and then areas inland as we get into the afternoon have the best chance of rainfall today. For the weekend, we are talking highs in the 90s, a low chance of rain. We'll talk more about this graphic coming up, but right now this is the reason for our rain. This is that tropical moisture, we'll call it, and a piece of energy that is expected to come up and impact us late Thursday and into Friday morning. May bring us a slightly increased chance of rain, even though right now Thursday is looking like our drier day. So 96 degrees there, Saharan dust pretty thick on Thursday. We will see some sunshine heading into the weekend with a low chance of the